Okay, good evening. It's 5:02 PM, and this is a meeting of the Town of Riverhead Industrial Development Agency, as well as the Town of Riverhead Economic Job Development Corporation. In advance of both of those meetings, we are going to hold a few committee meetings to effectively advance the business of the boards. And for that purpose, I'd like to say that we have a full board here tonight, and all committee members are here, as well as our counsel from Nixon Peabody, Eric Brenner, and Brian Soma, who is our new auditor as well. I believe they're on Zoom, is that correct?
They should be.
They should be, in any event. So before we commence our formal meeting, Doug, would you call to order the audit committee meeting for the Riverhead Industrial Development Agency?
Yes, could I have a motion to open?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
On the 13th of March, we held a audit committee meeting. Present were myself, Mr. Farley, Ms. Rizzi, Counsel Terrence Walsh, Brian Soma from EFPR Group were attended virtually. Tracy and the CFO, Denise, were in attendance.
Cooper.
It was opened by Ms. Rizzi at 2:04. Brian Soma introduced the engagement team from the EFPR Group, noted that he was responsible for supervising the field work and initial review. Aaron Woodard was field work supervisor, and their other team member, Douglas Zimmerman, did the final review.
Doug, can I interrupt you? The committee report for the 13th, we're going to have to regurgitate during the board meeting, so you can jump right into the meeting for tonight.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
I'm sorry, there was confusion there.
Okay, so the committee meeting tonight?
Well, I think there's two issues, are there not, Doug? And that was we held over the audit committee decision on the financials
Right.
with respect to both the discretely presented component unit discussion,
Yes.
as well as a footnote
footnote.
regarding the receivable.
Right.
Correct.
And
We agreed to hold that over
that's right,
to...
Till
this
today.
evening. Yes.
right. Is the auditor going to address us on those 2 points? I don't know if, as a member of this committee, I'll simply say that I think the discussion regarding discretely presented component unit has been exhausted.
Okay.
And I'm content with the recommendation that the classification is applied to the financials.
So he did send notes to amend the current version of the financials that you all received, and the notes include the agency is a discretely presented component unit of the town, which was a discussion with the committee at the last meeting. It's a new designation. Typically, we were called a component unit. We are now a discretely presented component unit, more accurately described on the town's financials. And it's based on the criteria set forth in the Governmental Accounting Standards Board statements. Yes, and such criteria includes financial accountability and oversight responsibility, which are determined by the town's ability to appoint the agency's board of directors. That's will be on number 12 within the audit. The committee also asked about number 15, or are these pages, Brian? These are pages, right?
Those are pictures.
Page 15. They're going to remove the last sentence on the page under the subsequent event note. And page 17, second to last paragraph, will be revised as follows. This is the note regarding the receivable. In January of 2024, the company initiated a lawsuit against the town, the CDA, and the agency, and in October 2024, the town canceled the agreement with the company. The agency believes that its claim for the $100,000 receivable is still collectible, but due to the canceled agreement and lawsuit, management has reduced the receivable and related reimbursement expense deposit account due to potential collection issues. Management of the agency believes the above method of reducing the receivable does not impact its ability for collection. The balance of the reimbursement expense deposit amount amounted to $31,808 as of December 31st, 2024. Okay? Those were the changes that we were discussing after the last committee meeting with the auditors, and made those requested changes.
And so could I have a motion to accept those changes and enter them into the,
Recommend them to the full.
recommend them to the board for approval?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And you can close that committee meeting unless there's
Do we have
anything
any
else.
other notes? Can I
You have anything else?
have a motion to close the meeting?
Yes, motion to close the meeting.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
508. If there won't be any other questions at the LDC audit, because it's so far down the agenda, is it all right if Brian exits, or would you like him to stay?
I think he can,
No?
Okay,
I don't have any problem with it.
okay. I think you're okay, Brian. Thank you for attending. We can't hear you. I think you're on mute.
Jason, just real quick, there was just the one change to sort of mirror the IDA statements on page 10, where we effectively regurgitated that same language about the responsibility for, or the oversight responsibility, which are determined by the town's ability to appoint the corporation's board of directors. We just added that same language to that set of statements as well.
Very good. I'll reiterate that in the audit committee meeting for the LDC, but it's further down the night, so I don't want to keep you. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian.
So Doug, you were also chair of the finance committee, which you'll need to open.
Yeah, could I make a motion to open the finance committee meeting?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
I'm sorry. no, that's-
The committee members are Lee Mendelson, Barbara Rizzi, and Doug Williams.
And we have a discussion,
On the agenda is the investment policy, annual investment policy, which the committee and the board reviews every year as a requirement of the ABO with all the other reports, as well as the annual investment report. And this committee reviews both of those and makes a recommendation to the full board.
are there any questions on the,
No, I've read through it. I have no questions.
I have no questions.
can we have a motion to accept
I'll
for the
move.
board? Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And just close it out.
Yeah, a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
5:10. Okay. Next is a governance committee meeting. The chair is Lee Mendelson. Also on governance committee is James Farley and Lorianne Pipchinsky.
Okay, the motion to open the governance committee meeting.
A motion?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
On the agenda tonight, we have a few items. The first item on the agenda is our annual review of reports. We've seen these reports before. It's the disposition of real property report, the procurement policy report, and the report on operations. With respect to the disposition of real property report, we don't hold any real property, nor did we dispose of any real property. So, should we take these separately, or all?
You could do an omnibus if you want.
Let me have a motion to accept the disposition of real property report.
Move.
A second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next, we have our procurement policy report. Our procurement policy report has not changed.
It changes annually if we have other vendors, and it's reported into Paris. So we basically have the same contractors this year.
Right.
So In that case, can I have a motion to accept the procurement policy report?
Motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And lastly, we have the report on operations. We all have a copy of the report of operations. It includes our completed projects, which include 203 Riverhead and the Audi America, which is Restaurant Depot. Our project tenant approvals, which include the Suffolk Hospitality Group and Me Time with Tonya. Miles on Main. So that was part of what we've done in the last year. We have a pending application from Landmark of Riverhead, and we have we did retire a multifamily revenue bond from the Riverhead Village Preservation at the end of 2023. We have amended applications from Island Water Park, 205 and 205 Osborne. And during the last year, we retired projects including 1998 Peconic Allied Building Products and 30 West Main.
So they're fully on the tax rolls at this point?
That's correct.
That, and other than those items, which are really the ones from the last year, I do want to point out that during 2024, we had 24 active projects and 2 projects under construction. The capital investment reported for 2024 from active projects was $21,146,456.10. The investment projection on projects closed 2024 is $81,920,683, and we reported jobs between all of our projects at 1,695 jobs as a result of our projects. Do we have any discussion on the report of operations? If that's the case, then I'd ask for a motion to approve the report on operations.
I make a motion?
Second,
Second?
all in favor?
Aye.
Next on the agenda, we have the Paris report. As we know, the Paris report is lengthy. I've had an opportunity to go through the pilot report. Does anybody have any questions about the?
Just from the version that you received, the draft version, I made one amendment so far, and that was on Doug Williams's info. It had been marked no, that he hadn't completed his training, but he had, so that's been changed. I think that was the only thing.
Okay. Any other changes from this draft, Tracy?
I don't think so.
Okay.
And it's due March 31st?
It is due March 31st.
All right. Any discussion on the Paris report?
No.
Tracy, thank you. We know this is
A bear.
a bear is right to do every year, and thank you. Can I have a motion to approve the Paris report?
Make a motion?
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, lastly, on the governance committee agenda is the confidential annual board evaluation report. In that report, we had full agreement on all of the criteria, with the exception of one, and we had one somewhat agree on the board exercising appropriate oversight of the CEO and other executive staff, including setting performance expectations and reviewing performance annually. Just my thoughts on that is that since somebody pointed it out, we probably should make sure we have a more formal evaluation of of Tracy, at least on an annual basis. I know that, Tracy, you're evaluated on a constant basis. So it's a little bit different than formally sitting down and doing a annual performance review, but perhaps that's something the full board should, or the board should consider at some point over the course of the year. Other than that, there was full agreement with respect to all of the criteria. Any discussion on
Just that we normally take this opportunity to remind board members that if there is anything that they're concerned about, any operational situation, any administrative situation, any policy situation, that if they're not comfortable with something, they should bring it to the attention of either a fellow board member or Tracy. We'd just like to remind people that they're open and they should be bringing those, any items of concern to someone's attention.
Thank you, Tracy. That was a good reminder.
Lori?
I'm sorry. Thank you, Lori. That was a good reminder. Other than that, if there's no more discussion, can I have a motion to approve the confidential annual board evaluation?
Motion.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
And with that, close the governance meeting at 5:19.
All right. And with that, then, I would like to, at 5:19, call to order the Town of Riverhead Industrial Development Agency Board meeting formally. And I would ask for consideration of our proposed agenda for tonight.
So moved.
Any comments?
No.
Okay. Have a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll make the motion.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Consideration of the minutes for the meeting of February 3rd, 2025. That's Resolution 8-25. May I have a motion to approve those minutes?
So moved.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Correspondence, we have something from the Office of the Comptroller.
Yeah, we get it every year. They ask for the project, the report on the projects that we submit to Paris.
That's
So-
the Suffolk County Comptroller.
Yes, Suffolk County Comptroller. And as soon as we're completed, and they know that, we'll send it along.
Just an annual
What's
request.
the purpose?
It's an annual,
So what's the purpose of the county?
I guess, I don't know.
Okay.
Well, county, town, school, and fire district
I guess.
are
yeah.
subject to IDA exemption, so.
Okay.
They use it they use it for their auditing purposes.
Well, don't forget, I think other towns do their taxes differently than we do, right?
They do.
So it may just be that
I think
we do a lot more individually than a lot of
they
towns do.
request from all the IDAs.
Yeah.
Okay. That brings us to the treasurer's report. Is there a report tonight?
That's, yeah, that's you, right? Your treasurer? I have to change your nameplates.
Is there a treasurer report in here?
It should be in there. I have a copy if not.
I don't think I have that.
Should be in your package, Doug. But
No. Okay, I've got it. Okay. For February 25, the cash in the checking account at M&T Bank as of February 28th was $40,704.18. The investment account at Hanover Bank had a balance as of February 28th of $351,397.27. Interest earned for the month was $942 at an APY of 3.5%. The project deposit account earned interest of $2.43 for the month and then had a bank charge of $22. Month ending balance was $31,769.60. Revenues for the month of February of '25 included interest of $1,014.04 and late pilot fees of $10,213.57. Expenses were $20,905.30. The balance in the LDC
No,
bank.
that's for the next,
Okay.
That's for the next meeting, so hold that out.
right?
Can I ask a question about the late pilot fees? Can you tell us who?
Not used to this, Lee.
Let me see, can I see,
Who and how late?
see if I can look through the financials, might have an indication.
I looked, I didn't, there are individual checks that have been received and the amounts, but they don't say who they're from.
I don't want to speak out of line
Okay.
on who they were, because I don't recall. It was a while ago. Yeah, I don't want to say, and have
Right,
it on the air
and
that.
right, if it
somebody-
wasn't, I totally understand, but if you
I
could,
apologize. I will certainly send that to you.
shoot us an email about who that was, I'd appreciate it.
Okay, any other discussion on the treasurer's report?
Actually, the follow-up then is everybody currently compliant?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
And everybody who owed a late fee has paid their late fee?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, thanks.
Any further discussion? All right, then, could I ask for a motion to approve Resolution 9-25, which is accepts the report of expenses and authorizes payment of bills as of February 28th?
I'll make a motion.
Second, please.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. That brings us to committee reports for tonight. I guess we'll start with an audit committee report. Doug?
Okay.
Now you start with the August 13th.
Right.
And then,
And, okay, do you want me to back up all the way? All right. So on the 13th of March, there was an audit committee meeting, fully attended by the audit committee, along with Terrence Walsh, Brian Sama virtually, Brian from EFPR, Director and CFO. And we opened the meeting at 2:04. Brian introduced the engagement team from EFPR, explaining that he was responsible for supervising field work and initial review. Aaron Woodward was his fieldwork supervisor and prepared draft statements before presenting to Doug Zimmerman, who did the final review and has the overall relationship with Rita. Tracy and Denise, Brian did the review, and Tracy and Denise were commented as being very helpful, very transparent, and there were no interests of non-compliance. Total assets decreased from the prior year, mainly due to accounts receivable. Liabilities decreased to $154,578 to a balance of $95,120 due to a decrease in reimbursement expense and the proportionate share of the net pension liability. The IDA does not control the net pension liability. The state values those numbers. They valued the full pension system to ultimately result in a decrease of the agency's pension liability by around $30,000 this past year. Collectively, this resulted in a $53,000 increase in the net position to a balance of $381,285. Operating revenue decreased approximately $204,787 to $301,787. There's only one project that closed during the past year. Operating expenses remained consistent with the prior year at increasing only by $1,414. Operating revenue increased due to interest income with a higher interest rate for a total of $9,770. We had two discussions and/or concerns. One with respect to the designation of discretely presented component unit of the town of Riverhead, and we had some investigating, I guess, to be done for that. Since been done. And Further, there was discussion held about the deposit account and outside receivable as uncollectible. Brian explained that leaving it on the books was considered, however, because it was an offset by a liability, it is strictly only a balance sheet transaction and has no impact on the agency's overall position. The collectability is impaired, but there's really no other action necessary, I guess, on that. The report to the board attached to the financials was not a management letter. Did not receive a management letter. Brian explained that some information about the pension fund. There was a note about the decision would need to wait until final revision has been drafted to hold a brief committee meeting today, which we have done. That is pretty much it. And the committee reviewed the existing whistleblower policy, made no recommendations for change, decided to keep it unchanged, and forward it for approval to the board. And that
Any comments on the committee minutes? No. Thanks very much, Doug.
And then the subsequent meeting this evening, before this board meeting, held on March 24th, the committee met to adopt the audit and recommend it to the full board, which will be done further on down the meeting.
I should close that with that.
Yep.
Apologize.
I will say, I had a comment. Nope, it's for the next meeting. Okay.
All right. Governance Committee, Lee?
About 19 minutes ago, the Governance Committee held a meeting at which time it considered a number of items. First item it considered was our annual review of reports, including the disposition of real property, our procurement policy, and our report on operations. After review of those policies and discussion, the Governance Committee is suggesting to the full board that it approves the resolution later on this evening in favor of those reports. We also considered the Paris report at our meeting, and there was a minor change to the Paris report that was noted after discussion and thanking Tracy for the work she did to put that together. The Governance Committee is recommending to the full board that it approves the Paris report. Finally, the Governance Committee considered the annual board evaluation report, and in so discussing that report, there was a suggestion made that a more formal annual review of our executive director take place. We considered that, and that I think that that's a recommendation that we should follow up on. And after that, we closed our Governance Committee meeting.
Okay. Any further comments on the Governance Committee report?
No?
Thank you very much. Finance Committee report?
That would be Doug again.
Okay. For the year ending December 31st, adopted today, I guess, all investments in the Riverhead IDA are held as collateralized cash bank deposits in accordance with the standards set forth in the general municipal laws required by public authority law. Riverhead IDA had an interest-bearing municipal now account at Hanover Bank in the amount of $369,388.24 as of the 31st of December 2024. This included interest earned in the amount of $9,388.24. The now interest rate varied between 4.5 and 3.72 during the year. There were no brokers, agents, or dealers involved in any of the transactions. And the investment guidelines were in accordance with Section 2925-6 of the Public Authorities Law attached here too. No amendments are made in the investment guidelines. I don't know if there's any question. Resolution considered under new business with that. Okay. That's it. Any
Okay.
questions with that?
Thanks very much, Doug. Any discussion of Doug's report? All right, thanks very much. There's no old business tonight.
None, sir?
New business, there's 3 resolutions to consider. I suggest we take them in a different order. Let's take the resolution 12-25, which considers uncollectible funds before we approve the annual report. That's motion 12-25. Could I have a motion to
I'll make the motion.
do a second?
I'll second.
All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you very much. That'll take us to A then, which is resolution 10-25, annual reports and policies. May I have a motion for that resolution?
I'll move.
Second, please.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. And finally, item B, consideration of resolution 11-25, the Paris report. May I have a motion with respect to that resolution?
I'll make a motion.
Have a second, please.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye,
Thank you very much.
And that's as amended.
as amended.
I'm sorry, who seconded?
I did.
Lee? Thank you.
Executive Director's report.
On March 6th, we, several of the board members met with the town board during a work session and presented made a brief presentation regarding the impact the agency has been making on the community. And we reported on 2023 data because that's the latest data that we have up until next month. Excuse me. And there is a link on our website, right on the home page. It says 2023 right on the front page, if anybody wants to review it. It's about 15 to 20 minutes long. Very positive presentation from the IDA and its positive impacts on the community. The sales tax report, I did stick up a copy in your packets. The ST62 has been submitted. The compliance reports went out, they came back, they were reviewed. There's still a few minor items that I wait for, but the bulk of the information that we need for the Paris obviously was in. And so they're completed now. I'll follow up with a couple letters. So we have a policy that's you have to meet your job projections and your capital investment. Every year they're checked on their projections based on what they had put in their application. They have 2 years to meet that, and sometimes after that they ebb and flow given the economy or whatever. So it's not unusual. Sometimes businesses, if it's a mixed-use building, it'll go out of business, we'll get a new business. So there were 8 companies that did not meet their projections, 2 of which are under construction, so they aren't considered. And we also provide within our documents that they have to meet 85% of their projection. So most of them were very close. One's 22 and it was 22.1 jobs. They likely won't get a letter. Some I already know why there's a fluctuation in the jobs, but very, very minor. I think we'll only wind up sending out 2 letters, and we'll go over that during the next meeting. I just haven't gotten to that yet. I think I might have put that in your packet too. And, now that the reports are in, I'll get back to the dashboard and the website, I hope.
Okay. Any further comments, questions, concerns? All right. In that context, then, could I ask for a motion to adjourn this meeting?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned at 5:37 PM. Right. Now, we will sort of repeat the process again for the Economic Job Development Corporation. And by that I mean that we'll start out with a set of committee meetings for that entity. And so at this time, I would like to ask Doug to call a meeting of the Economic Job Development Corporation's Audit Committee. Did you do that, Doug?
Yeah. Can I have a motion to,
I'll make a motion.
I'll second that.
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Yeah, let me-
So again, for this committee, the members on this committee are Doug, Barbara, and Jim.
And we are, okay, candidly, Tracy, do I have to go through the whole thing again? Or
No, with this audit, there was the same considerations that the
Right.
committee had regarding the discreetly presented component unit, which we've resolved, and they will put in this statement within the audit, so it will be amended to read, "The corporation is a discreetly presented component unit of the town based on the criteria set forth in the Government Accounting Standards Board statements. Such criteria includes financial accountability and oversight responsibility, which are determined by the town's ability to appoint the corporation's board of directors." Discreetly presented component unit was a new terminology designated to our audited financials this year, so additional research was necessary after we had the initial meeting.
So that designation is new.
That designation is new for us. We had always had a component unit,
Right.
but now it's called discreetly presented, which the town has always put us in as, because we are a discreetly
Right.
presented component unit of the town. It was just odd that it was questioned why we would do the same. But according to all the government accounting standards, we qualify under the checklist as a discreetly presented component unit. It doesn't have a material impact on our financials.
Right.
It was just different. The other difference in the accounting on the financials was that we used 2 years. We compared last year to this year, which we don't usually do. And then there was another amendment since the last version, which a correction to a bond number was made in the financial statements. And that was it, since the last committee meeting, which was on the 13th. So I recommend that the committee make a recommendation to the full board for adoption.
I'll make the motion.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right.
And then, and by the way, the footnote goes on this one as well, right?
Yes,
Yes.
that,
And, I'm sorry?
You're gonna close this meeting?
Yeah, I need a motion to adjourn me.
Okay, second?
All in favor?
Aye. Oh,
Sorry.
Fine, now can we just turn to, Doug, it's your turn again, Doug. Have you open a finance
Right
committee-
into the
a
fire.
finance committee meeting for the LDC as well. Can you do that? Thank you.
Yeah, make a motion to open a finance committee meeting.
Motion.
Second.
Oh, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And, let's see, activity in the LDC account, the balance, the account February 28th was 409.27. Activity for the month included bank charges of around $13, and that was it. For that,
I'm sorry, this is the finance committee meeting, and you're going to review the
Investment.
investment
annual
policy.
investment report and policy, yes.
Oh, yes. And do we have any questions about the investment policy
No.
or
No.
the report?
No.
So I can move to approve?
Yep,
May I have a motion to approve?
I'll move.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
And you can close.
We can close can I have a motion to close the finance
Motion.
committee meeting? Thank you.
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Great. That brings us to the third committee, the Governance Committee. Lee, could you open that up?
Sure, could I have a motion to open the governance committee meeting?
I'll move.
I'll make the motion.
Can't move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We have a number of items on the governance committee agenda. We're going to take them one at a time. First is our annual review of reports. We have our disposition of real property report, our procurement policy report, and our report on operations. Does anybody have any questions about them?
No.
No.
Okay, could I have a motion, to recommend to the full board our acceptance of the,
Can I make a motion to include recommendation of all three to the full board
yes,
at their next meeting?
I'll second that.
all in favor?
Aye.
Next, we have our review of the annual Paris report as amended with one notation concerning Doug's satisfaction of his requirement to take a course to be on the IDA. With that amendment, does anybody have any questions concerning the Paris report?
I do not.
If that's the case, could I have a motion to recommend that the full board accept the Paris report?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And lastly, we have the confidential annual board evaluation report containing the same recommendation.
I take exception to that. There is no executive in the LDC.
No?
If I look at the Paris report, the LDC has no employees.
That's correct.
Well, if that's the case, then that recommendation is meaningless, and
Okay.
I have a motion to close the governance meeting.
I'll make,
Motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. All right.
So, I'm sorry, who motioned?
I did.
And who seconded?
Jim,
Okay.
I'll make a motion to adjourn the committee meeting? Yes?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Right, that brings us now to old business, which I believe there is none. And then for new business, which is consideration of the annual reports and policies, which is Resolution 7-25. Could I have a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion.
Have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. And I would also like a motion to accept the Paris report for the Economic Job Development Corporation.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And with that, it looks like I can ask now for a motion to adjourn this meeting.
I'll move.
Okay.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
At 5:46 PM. All right.
I just missed that whole meeting. I don't know what,